And welcome to another Mark Bishop Show. You know, folks, the new science on reversing diabetes. If I said that to you, you'd say, well, what is he talking about? Well, research shows that simple diet changes dramatically improve a broad range of health conditions, including type 2 diabetes, infertility, menopause, and others. In fact, type 2 diabetes is more common than ever and can lead to serious health complications. But the good news is that research by Dr. Neal Barnard shows that simple food changes can reduce the need for medications and sometimes make all the signs of diabetes disappear. Wow, doesn't that sound incredible? So, right here on the Mark Bishop Show, I'm privileged to have Dr. Neal Barnard, MD, FACC, Adjunct Professor of Medicine at the George Washington University School of Medicine in Washington, D.C., and not the least, President of the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine. Welcome, Doctor. It's such a pleasure to have you.
Well, thank you. It's great to be with you today.
Well, Dr. Barnard, you show how to put these findings to work, how to do all of this in your new book, and this is called Your Body in Balance, the New Science of Food, Hormones, and Health. What are you sharing in this new book of yours? It sounds fascinating.
Well, we're turning a corner. The old idea about food was you eat something bad and you gain weight, or you eat a bad food and your cholesterol goes up. But we're turning a corner to be much more sophisticated. Almost everything in your body is controlled by hormones. Insulin is a hormone that controls your blood sugar, or your thyroid hormone at the base of your neck controls your energy, or estrogen will control a woman's reproductive function. The surprise is that all the hormones get readjusted depending on what you have for breakfast or for lunch. So let's say a person has diabetes. That means their insulin is not working well. Up until now, people thought, nothing I can do. More medicines, and I'll be injecting insulin. I'll do it for the rest of my life. I can't get over this. Not true. We have found in recent years is what causes the type 2 diabetes can be fixed to a degree, and the sooner we get to it, the better off we are. And for many people, for all intents and purposes, this disease is eliminated based on what we are choosing to eat. And so that's the headline. We have
Wow.
really turned a corner.
Well, you know the old cliche, you are what you eat. I mean, it's been around for a long time, but now you're putting science to it. How about some useful tips then?
Yes.
Doctor? What causes type 2 diabetes, and how can foods, as an example, improve and, for that matter, eliminate it? Give us an idea.
Okay. Great question. It goes straight to the heart of it. The old idea that turns out to have been a mistake was that the reason my blood sugar went so high and I got diabetes was because I was eating sugar. Or people thought, well, I eat bread and that digests to release sugar and that caused my diabetes. That's not it. The reason, normally the body can take that sugar and can use it to power your muscles or power your brain. So the question is, why was that sugar building up in the blood where it doesn't belong? And the reason is fatty foods. Have a bologna sandwich for lunch, for example. And it's got butter or mayonnaise on it. It's got cheese. It's got salami or bologna. And all of the fat from those things, those particles of fat get stuck in the muscle cells and in the liver cells. So what? So what if little fat particles build up in your cells? Cells are filled with fat particles. The sugar can't get into the cell. And so the sugar then parks in the bloodstream, and your doctor says, I don't know why, but your blood sugar is really, really high. So stop eating sugar, don't eat bread, don't eat rice, don't eat anything. But that was not the issue. The issue is fatty foods cause fat to build up in the cells. When that happens, your insulin can't get the sugar in anymore. So funded by NIH, our research team said, all right, let's say we get rid of animal-derived foods. You go to an Italian place, instead of the ground beef sauce on your spaghetti, you have the light tomato sauce. No animal products, no animal fat. And if I do that with every meal, the fat starts to dissipate. The blood sugar can get out of the blood into the cells. Blood sugar goes down. Your doctor says, I don't know what you're doing, but you don't need your medicine anymore. And this is something we had never seen before, but we have seen it. And this is the new approach to type 2 diabetes. I don't want to just manage.
It's amazing. It's amazing. You know what? I mean, I want right now to be able to have a card in my back pocket with all that you've just said. So if I ever go out, I can look at that and say, Dr. Barnard said no for that. But excuse me, may I have that sauce instead? Because that's what it is, isn't it?
Exactly.
Knowing what the devil to order, you know. half the time.
And it's often very, very easy. Let's say you eat meat-based chili. You have the bean chili instead. Or we go to a sushi bar. Instead of the fish sushi, you have the cucumber roll, the asparagus roll, the sweet potato roll. They're delicious, but you notice that in each case there's no animal fat anymore. Mm. And that not only helps the diabetes to improve, the weight loss begins almost automatically. Cholesterol comes down, blood pressure comes down. People's health is often just revolutionized.
All right, now let's talk about endometriosis for young women, food choices, and to stop cramps. Give us an example there.
Yeah, exactly. We've seen this so commonly. And, for many women, you might have one day a month where you have some cramping. It's maybe 1 in 10, it's just off the scale. Mm-hmm. This is not insulin. The hormone now is estrogen. So to calm estrogen down, we need much the same kinds of diet changes when women reduce fat. They also increase the high-fiber foods, and by that I mean vegetables, beans, fruits, whole grains. The estrogen levels come down a little bit, so it takes, if I can put it this way, it takes the pressure off of the uterine, and the menstrual pain often goes away. And then at the other end of the reproductive window, when we're talking about menopause and the hot flashes, you can use much the same kind of diet change. And don't take my word for it. You just try this.
Okay.
No animal products at all. Kick them out. Keep the oils low. Mm. And for a woman after menopause, I got one other addition. Soybeans. Go to the store, or go online and buy some non-GMO soybeans. Cook them up in your pressure cooker. And don't take my word for it. Just try this for a few weeks. A half a cup of cooked soybeans along with a plant-based diet. We recently completed a research study where we got the moderate to severe hot flashes diminished by about 85%.
Wow. Wouldn't I love that?
And I'm talking about sleeping through the night, feeling good again, not feeling embarrassed about it. Mm-hmm. And you lose weight in the bargain. The average woman lost about 8 pounds in 20.
So, Dr. Barnard, all of this is in the book, yes?
It's all, yeah. Your Body in Balance talks about how to get your hormones together. So that's diabetes, hot flashes, menstrual pain, thyroid conditions, and if you just want to lose weight.
Well, that is another area I wanted to touch on, the surprising effects relating to diet on the thyroid itself, because that's critical too, isn't it?
Exactly. For many people, their energy is not right, and it's because the thyroid just isn't giving them the energy that it should. So foods are critical there. You need a certain amount of iodine, whether it's iodized salt or seaweed or wherever you get it. You got to have that. And avoiding the animal products will help there.
Now, what I do want to get out quickly is, nice and slowly, please give me the address where one can go and study this thing and have a look on the site and so on. I know it's, PCRM.org, I think, but if you'd be so kind.
Exactly right. That stands for Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine, PCRM.org, and you'll see Your Body in Balance there, but it's also online, and Your Body in Balance is on the shelf of the neglected bookseller who's been waiting for somebody to come in the front door in your neighborhood. So if there's a surviving bookseller near you, I hope people will patronize them too. All
right. Okay. So you're going to get a very good idea of which foods are best choices for our health, hormonal conditions. It is realistic to say then, Doctor, quite honestly, that diabetes can go away.
Don't fire your doctor. Don't throw your pills in the trash. Let your doctor know that you're making some healthy diet changes. Your doctor is going to jump for joy because they love it. When a patient says, I'm going to do a vegan diet, I'm going to cut the fat, the doctors know that that is the patient who's got the best shot of really living a healthy life. And if getting diabetes off your medical chart is part of it, that's fantastic.
Oh, it's such a horrible disease, so many people and more. And there's no doubt about it, the right diet, the right food, it works. I've just lost 30 pounds myself, and the difference between blood sugar and all sorts of things, it really does work. Dr. Barnard has a wonderful new book out. It's called Your Body in Balance. It makes sense, doesn't it? Your body needs to be in balance. It's the temple. If it had 4 beautiful columns and 2 were lower than the others, it wouldn't be balanced, would it? So the new service of food, Your Body in Balance, the new science of food, hormones, and health. And look, go to this particular site. This is a start. Can it be got on Amazon, Doctor, as well, and the other traditional Barnes & Noble or so, or where?
Absolutely, yes. Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Target, they've all, Your Body in Balance is on all of these sites, and I hope people will patronize their local bookseller too if they can.
Yeah, the local bookseller. God love them. But terrific. What a great book. Thank you, Doctor, for taking the time and the effort to produce this book. I think it's going to help a lot of people. Just remember, in closing, the name of the site, everybody, www.pcrm.org/Your Body in Balance. Dr. Neal Barnard, been a pleasure. Look forward to speaking again sometime.
Likewise. Thank you so much.
Goodbye.